So I just wanted to break down my theory on why you are only in control of 10% of your life. Actually, you're only in control of 5%, but you make up 10% of your life. And for anyone who's interested in this theory, it goes like this. So you make up 10% of your life. 5% of it are your choices and reactions to what's going on, right? Your choices and reactions to different hardships or issues or relationships or something to that effect. Uh, the other five, which makes this difficult, which makes why life is so hard, is everything else that you can't control. And so you 5%, the other 5% of what you're made up of is your subconscious programming, which I'll go into, which I've already gone into, but if you haven't, I'll go into it at another time. Your body, right? I had a guy come in the other day who's he just looked at me. He's like, "Man, you're tall." Like he said it like I chose it. You know what I mean? Like, "Man, you chose a good body, dude." It's like I did not choose this. I'm just tall. Like I didn't choose that. You didn't choose your body. You don't make up. That's part of the other 5%, right? You don't choose your body. You didn't choose your subconscious programming, which I'll talk about free will at some point about that. Anyways, so then you don't choose your brain, right? Your brain is the function of everything. If you think about it, your subconscious is so powerful right now. It's digesting food from yesterday. Think about that for a moment. That's a very strange concept. If you ate this time yesterday, it's still digesting food. Um, it's keeping your heart going. Every time you stand up, you balance. You don't have to learn how to walk every time. Every time you get in a car, write your name, right? That's the subconscious. It's right. So you have the subconscious against you in several cases if your programming was wrong. But that's where your personality comes in, which you also don't choose. But if you have a really good, strong personality that can get you through life, given the, I won't go into it too much. I'm rabbit holing here, but you don't control your personality either. Let me make a note. Um, I was really close to the camera. Sorry about that. Okay, so here's the thing. Uh, Spirits, if you are a spirit, or for those who don't believe in spirits, it's still a form of energy. It's something that's there. And so if you cannot create nor destroy energy, right? Or you're a spirit, which we all know. Well, I don't know if we all know. Are spiritual? Are they eternal? Right? From my understanding, spirits are eternal. They're not just created, which is a weird thing to think about. But so um, we are eternal spirits having this human experience, right? And uh, spiritual beings having a human experience. And that means we're going to feel pain. We might fall in love. We might lose love. We might know what it's like to turn 21. We might not, right? But everyone's going to know what it's like to die. That's a scary thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it that way. Hopefully, I didn't trigger anyone. But it's true. And so you didn't choose this stuff, and it was just given to you. And you're this. And so here's the human experience, and we find out that it's really hard and there's a lot of subconscious programming that goes against it. A lot of your unconscious, 95% of your habits are subconscious. So think about that for a minute. You don't even know that you're doing more than half the stuff, almost 95% of the stuff you don't really realize you're doing. You might not be super mindful of it. Like you probably didn't realize you just took a breath a minute ago, but you did. That's your subconscious programming helping the system. You can't program everything. That's not what I'm saying. Um, anyways, um, which makes it this is a strange concept because you've never lived before. So think about that for a minute. You've never lived. This is your first time ever living, as far as you know, unless we've lived before this, which we don't know. I don't know. Where was I before this? And that brings up a question. Is memory only in the human body or in a body? Does the spirit have a memory? I don't know. So you never lived before, and you're just kind of thrown into this life, and it's like, figure it out. And we know that life is difficult. We know our subconscious is kind of against us. We know that we think 80% bad thoughts, which is a pretty high number. 40 to 70,000 thoughts a day, and 80% of them are negative, right? So that's another thing playing against you. So life is very difficult. And I know I said this before, I've said this in another thing, but that's the theory right there. That's why. Those are all the reasons why life is difficult. I mean, besides like, attachment, and you can go spiritual into Christianity, you can go into Buddhism, right? Four Noble Truths and all that stuff. But I'm not doing that. I'm just pointing at the psychology of why life is difficult. You don't choose any of it. You're only in control of 5% of it. That's a tiny number. That means 95% of your life you're not in control of. And you only make up 10%. The other 5 is the choices, personalities, behaviors, reaction to what goes on. So think about it. Good game, everybody.